I apologize for my voice. I'm recovering from a nasty bug. This is the story of John Ellis Stephens. John was born on February 5th, 1875 in Taylor County, Kentucky. His parents were William and Elizabeth Bass Stephens. Both of his parents were also born in Kentucky, and the 1880 census showed the family living in Elliott County, Kentucky. His father, William, and his brother were running a farm together. The census showed John had at least 2 brothers. As an adult, John left his home state of Kentucky and moved to Ozark County, Missouri, where he started his own farm. He appears in several newspaper articles in 1900 due to his run-in with W.B. Tetrick. I've cleaned several graves in this cemetery with ties to this incident, so I'll keep it brief. John and W.B. Tetrick were relatives through marriage. John's brother was married to W.B.'s daughter. They were also neighbors, and it was reported they kept having issues and fighting with each other. On August 23, 1900, John was out cutting corn in his field when W.B. approached him. The men began another argument, but this time it escalated. Paper reports stated that John asked W.B. to leave his property, but W.B. refused and continued making threats to John. John lost his temper and struck W.B. above the ear with a corn knife, which was fatal. One paper claimed John almost severed his head from his body. Another said he hit him just above the ear. Papers were known to embellish stories back then often. W.B. was only 42 years old when he passed. His death left his widow alone with 5 children still at home. After stabbing W.B., John panicked and he fled the state. A manhunt began for John. John evaded the law for 3 months after W.B.'s death. The paper reported he was captured in Indian Territory near Fort Smith. They placed him in chains and transported him back to Ozark County for trial. John's trial was held in October of 1901, and he was found not guilty. One paper reported they determined it to be a justifiable homicide since W.B. was on John's property threatening him and he refused to leave. John disappeared from the news and seemed to go back to his old farming life. He shows up in records again in 1907 because he got married. On September 3, 1907, at the age of 32, John married 16-year-old Eliza Jane Bell. Eliza came from a large family with deep roots in Ozark County. 11 months after marrying in August of 1908, they welcomed a son they named Leroy Stephens. The 1910 census showed that John and Eliza had started their own farm in Douglas County, and little Leroy was almost 2 years old. Their little family would be short-lived since John passed away the next year. John passed away on January 7, 1911, at the age of only 35. He passed away from drinking carbolic acid. Back in this time, carbolic acid was used as a disinfectant for wounds, for sterilizing surgical equipment, and it was used to make soap. It was later found to be highly poisonous and corrosive to the skin. One paper reported it was said the death of W.B. still weighed heavily on John's conscience, and this may have played a role in his decision. John was buried in Eaton Cemetery in Douglas County, Missouri. Oddly enough, he's buried not very far from W.B.'s own grave. After John's passing, his wife Eliza would marry again, very quickly. 2 months after his passing, she married Oliver or All Driscoll. Eliza was 19 and All was 23 at the time of their marriage. The couple stayed in Ozark County farming together the rest of their lives. I'm not sure if they had any children together. I couldn't find any records. Eliza lived a long life, passing away in 1970 at the age of 79. Eliza and All are buried here in Eaton Cemetery with John. My family tree research showed that my husband is related to John's wife, Eliza. She is his second cousin, 3 times removed. Thank you so much for watching and keeping these stories alive. Rest in peace, John.